who is looking to add another world title belt to a rapidly growing collection. She takes on Marie-Eve Dicaire on Saturday night. Johnny Nelson, Matt Macklin are alongside me. Johnny, this is a serious fight for Natasha Jonas on Saturday.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was an upset. Honestly, I look at Dicaire's record. I look at how she fights. I look at the size of her style of fight. On the record, it doesn't look like she's a big puncher, but she's an aggressive fighter. She's natural at the weight. Former IBF champion twice over. The only loss was Claressa Shields. And that loss, watch the fight. She put up a good show. So remember, Natasha's stepping up to fight her in her division that she's natural with. A southpaw at that. There's too many things going against her for this. She's up against a live opponent that's had time to prepare, which is why I think this is going to be a tough night for Natasha.
As Johnny just said there, Dicaire has only lost once in 19 fights. That was to Claressa Shields. Yesterday, the press conference, though, Dicaire full of confidence, as was Natasha, mind. But as Johnny just said, the size difference, we'll see that on the scales today. How will that come into play, do you think, on Saturday?
Yeah, we've got to remember Natasha stepped up because of the opportunity. It was a third opportunity to win a world title.
She went up 3 weight divisions to do that.
Yeah, she really jumped up, and because of her skill and her punch power and her accuracy, she's won and she's won again, and she's on a roll. Momentum, confidence-wise, sky high. But this is a really tough fight. It's a proper fight. She has to be at the absolute top of her game.
What do you need to see from her on Saturday, do you think?
That she can adapt. I think there's going to be rounds here that she'll probably lose. Not get discouraged or lose her confidence or belief within the fight. Be cool, calm and collected under pressure, even when it's not going her way. She might have to make adjustments, adapt. But she's got a good cornerman in Joe Gallagher, so I'm sure she'll be well equipped.
It is the first time that Natasha has faced a southpaw in a professional career, so it is southpaw versus southpaw. But Natasha yesterday, when we spoke to her, she said she's had the best training camp that she's ever had. I know fighters always seem to say that, but she's relished the challenge in something new. That's kind of been a bit of a kickstart for her.
Without a doubt, I think success breeds success. I do think it's going to be about her pace. Her pace will be key. I don't think she might have that one punch power to push Dicaire back, but she needs to put her under pressure from the off, make her work at a pace that she's uncomfortable with. So whatever that game plan is, I'm hoping the game plan is pace. 2-minute rounds. For 2-minute rounds, she's got to be working for at least 145 of them, and make sure she doesn't give too much away. And as Matt said, she will lose 1 or 2 rounds, or she will be in 1 or 2 sticky situations. But she needs to make sure stick to the game plan. She sticks to the game plan. I reckon we could be looking at a points win.
Natasha does have the momentum behind her. Won a world title at the Manchester Arena. That was earlier in the year in February. Then she unified in September, so not long ago. She does have that in her favour, doesn't she? And that momentum and confidence as well that will give her going into it.
And people are forgetting how skillful she is. We're forgetting she was the darling of the Olympics. Yeah. So she's got pedigree. She understands. She's been there. She's had the highs. She's had the lows. So she's used to being on the receiving end and the losing end. So now she has more experience that way mentally. So now it's about skills. Skills will pay the bills.
All right, okay, let's get our undercard weigh-in underway even. I'll get my teeth back in a sec. Let's hand you over to Big Mo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Love Factory. Today's site for the official public weigh-ins for Saturday evening's contest live from the AO Arena in Manchester. Jonas versus Dicaire. We would like to thank our official partners today, Bet365, Everlast, Village Hotels, Wow Hydrate, and FCI Markets. We have 8 bouts on the card Saturday evening live on Sky Sports. We begin with our first bout of the night, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first to the scales, please welcome from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, here is Meshach Smart Boy Mwankemwa.
So So 6 rounds at middleweight between Jack Kilgannon and Mcquigan, a late replacement here. Mcquigan coming in. What are you looking to see in this one, Matt?
Well, look, I think Kilgannon stepped in, didn't he, at late notice to give Zach Chelli a fight. Got stopped in that one. But, you know, so I think that the boxer are giving him an opportunity here. That's what is on this card. He stepped in. He did boxer a favour by stepping in to fight Zach Chelli. So they're paying him back, I guess, with an opportunity here on this card.
And Johnny, as Matt just said there, an opportunity for another local fighter to get some experience
7
and fight a big
pounds,
card.
5 ounces for Smart Boy.
Kilgannon's opponent's just weighed
and
in.
his opponent,
of course,
fighting out of the red corner
to actually
from
be
Old
on the A side.
England,
It's an
here
opportunity
is
now to
Jackie Boy Kilgannon.
So this is his doorstep. So they'll have a lot more fighting for, and of course, you know, he'll have had more notice as well. So he knows exactly how to deal with it.
Official weight 11 stone, 10 pounds for
So
Jackie Boy.
A bang on the way, 11 stone 10. Just set to the scales, Matt. Just round his eyes there. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we're a little bit away from the stage here, but he looked like he had red marks around both eyes. Yeah, I don't know if that's maybe from sparring or... Yeah, strange.
Or sunbed. You know, some fighters are vain. They want to look good when they get on the scale. So that's a little odd. It looks like he's been in the sun a bit too much, but there's been no sun.
But Matt, absolutely bang on the weight there, 11 stone 10 for Jack Kilgannon.
Yeah, both in good shape. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely red mark in there. But around both eyes, it looks like bruising.
That's not sunbeds, Johnny.
That's an allergic reaction to some kind of face cream. That's what I'm putting it down to.
We're putting all the conspiracy theories out there.
It's too even on each side, so even if it's a punch in the face, you can't pinch somebody so even on each side. It's probably an allergic reaction, but look, he's got the height.
Our opening bout, Saturday evening
Got the
from
reach.
the AO Arena. Mcquigan versus Kilgannon in the middleweight division.
But that bruising is I'm going to put him afterwards and ask him what that is. I'm going to ask him what that is.
Yeah, good fight. I mean, like I say, the marking's a little bit strange. Not sure what that is. I know it's bruising or swelling from
and
sparring.
now, ladies and gentlemen, our second bout on the card Saturday evening, 4 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner from Hyde, England. Here is Dale, the choir boy, Aerosmith. Official weight, 10 stone, 13 pounds for Dale Aerosmith. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to us from right here in Manchester, England, the undefeated Clarke Smith.
So Dale Aerosmith just slightly over there at 10 stone 13, fights at 10 stone 12. Clarke Smith 2-0, so far so good for him. Johnny, what are you looking to see in this one?
This is like a local derby. Stockbush is literally a stone's throw away from Manchester, and so I'm quite sure both fighters will have a fan base here. And it's nice, those kind of little local derbies. You know who each other is. You may have crossed paths now and again, but and you might know one fighter might be more confident than the other, because he knows of all the whispers that happens in the gym with the other one. That's what you get for living on someone's doorstep.
Clarke will be very much looking to put on a performance on Saturday night. He's openly said he's looking for his first stoppage of his professional career. He takes on a seasoned journeyman, though, in Dale Arrowsmith.
Yeah, he is, but he came in 10-13 as well there. But he's I liked him the couple of times I've seen Clarke Smith. Though very well schooled from the southpaw, box fighter, can punch a little bit too. Looks for the body shots.
Dale Arrowsmith, Clarke Smith. 4 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division from the AO Arena in Manchester live.
Still very early days
Sky
for
Sports.
Clarke Smith, though, age 21. Early days, lots to learn, and he'll be looking, I guess, to get some rounds as well and a stoppage.
These boys are babies at this point in their careers, and so it's going to be a slow burn for them.
Our third bout on the card is scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first to the scales, please welcome from Seaham, England, Jordan Ellison.
A lightweight fight between Dylan Chima and Jordan Ellison, both fighters making their way to the scales. Lot to like about this one, Johnny.
You know what, Dylan Chima, we saw him operate, was it Coventry?
On the Boxer Series.
Official weight,
the support this young man had was ridiculous. And there was talks to him against Adam Azim, and I get that, but in reality,
and
you look at the two, it's completely different fighters, they're completely different stages in their career. Adam is a force to be reckoned with now. Dylan is a fan favourite. He gets the fans there, and you like that fight, you like that atmosphere to bring. There's a fight that could probably happen down the line, but Dylan's got to keep winning. Dylan, at the two of them, look more vulnerable, but he's, as I say, he's a fan's favourite. He gets the crowd there, he gets the crowd going.
When we saw him fight Stu Greener, that was a fight, Matt, that he would have learned a lot from.
Yeah, he's in a stage of his career where he'll be learning for every fight. He's young, he's got a long way to go, but very popular. Definitely making improvements as well. And he's still at 4-round level, really. The quicker prospects get up to 6-round level, and 8 rounds, the better.
It just puts a smile on my face because when you're at the fight and you see his fan base, it's ridiculous. It's such a party atmosphere, and you're egging this boy to win and please his fans. And he's such a nice young man.
He's one of those that he's kind of got the whole package, isn't he? You just want him to do the business in the ring to kind of back all that up.
Yeah, he's got to be able to back it up. You're hoping you can see some longevity in him. You see it to a certain point, but then when you see fighters like Adam about in the same division,
live from the
then it gives you a reality
Arena,
check.
Jordan Ellison takes on the winner of the Boxer Series, Dylan
How much of a test will Ellison be for Chima?
I don't know really. I don't know too much about him. I think he'll come and give it everything he's got. He's he's
a seasoned veteran at 60 bouts, 60 fights.
Yeah, but 27 years old. Well, he's not old, so he's even though he's a journeyman, if he starts to think Chima's not all that when he's in there, he may go for it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to open our main card Saturday evening in Manchester from the AO Arena, 6 3-minute rounds in the cruiserweight division. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner from Peckham, England, the undefeated Ross Mcquigan.
6 rounds at cruiserweight then between Vidal Riley and Ross Mcquigan. Ross Mcquigan unbeaten, so far so good for him at 3-0. As is Vidal Riley. Vidal Riley, he really wants to be taken seriously as a fighter, Johnny, and he's got a lot of talent there, a lot to show us.
Yes, he has. So Ross Mcquigan here, very cocksure of himself, really fancies this fight. So he talks the talk and he walks the walk and he back it up. Vidal, he wants some kind of consistency with Vidal, so he can get excited, get busy with him. He's a very talented fighter. He's a very experienced fighter for the inexperience he has when
his
it's the amount of fights he's had. So you
Fighting
can see him
out
going
of
well,
the
he's got
red
the power,
corner.
he's got the moves,
He
got everything
stands
going with
6 feet
him.
1
But he
inches
just
tall.
needs to be
He comes
consistent
to us
to
from
build that
Hackney,
fan base.
England,
It's not just about being a good
introducing
fighter,
the
you've got to be the whole
undefeated
package. But this young
global
man
and internet
potentially
superstar,
can be a very good
here
fighter.
is Vidal Riley. Official weight, 14 stone, 4 pounds for Vidal Riley.
Back on the weight then for Vidal Riley. What are you looking to see from Vidal on Saturday? There's a bit of a size difference between the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, more of the same of what we've seen from him so far. He's, he's obviously been inactive, hasn't he? He's built his fight. He's put his energy into building his profile in the YouTube world. But I think now he really wants to be taken seriously as a proper boxer, and he has got talent. He was a good amateur, won a lot of national titles, and I think he's made for the pro game. He's got a nice, slick style about him, very relaxed. Nice little pivot, left hook finish last time out. So I just want to see more of the same from him, really.
Our opening
There's been a bit of noise over the last couple of weeks about Jake Paul and Vidal Riley. Jake Paul saying he'd be interested in fighting Vidal because of his link to KSI, of course. But in true Vidal Riley style, as cool customer as he is, he's just not even interested. He's not even really acknowledged it. He's kind of just letting it pass him by.
Because remember, he got into this from that. It got into this because of his association with the YouTubers. He now wants to be taken seriously. So if he wants to get, he's not going to want to get into a back and forth with Jake Paul. But Jake Paul actually is getting world-class attention, and he's a novice. So actually, there's no reason why the fight couldn't happen. Would he get respect for it? Is he got more to lose than he has to win to gain out of the fight? And of course, anybody fighting Jake Paul gets paid ridiculously, which makes him so.
And now,
intriguing.
ladies and gentlemen, our next bout on the card is scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds, and it is for the English Middleweight Championship. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the red corner from Stretford, England, here is the undefeated Bradley the Sting Ray.
I'm looking forward to this one, Matt. 10 rounds, English middleweight title between Tyler Denny and Brad Ray. Brad Ray speaking yesterday about he really wants to follow in the footsteps of Ricky Hatton, who of course is fighting in the exhibition match after Natasha Jonas has fought on Saturday night when he takes on Barrera. He really wants to build his fan base, and he's getting there as well. That's his idol. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if this is fight of the night.
Out of the blue corner,
Brad Ray, he's tall, but he boxes short. He stands in the pocket. He throws body shots. He goes for the knockout. And Tyler Denny, we've seen in Coventry at the back end of June in that good English title fight. He brings the heat as well. So I think this is going to be a firework. This fight will catch fire.
What do you reckon, Johnny? Are you agreeing with Matt? Do you think this could be potentially a fight of the night? It has all the ingredients to it, doesn't it?
Yes, it has, because Tyler Denny, unfortunately, he's only against someone that's tall and rangy.
Official weight, 11 stone, 5 pounds, 5 ounces for the champion, Tyler Denny.
Makes the weight comfortably. And Tyler Denny and Bradley Ray is really tall for the weight, but I think it's going to be Denny's kind of fight, up close and personal, and that's why it will be fight of the night, because when you've got a tall guy fighting up tight and close, someone's getting knocked out.
Bradley Ray, he's been training with Ricky Hatton as well, while Ricky Hatton's been getting himself ready, and he's really enjoyed that and buzzed off that in the gym, he said yesterday.
Yeah, well, I think Ricky's his idol, wasn't he, growing up? But and Ricky's got a great boxing brain, so he'll have picked up plenty training around Ricky.
And from what we know about the Manchester Arena is it always produces a cracking atmosphere, doesn't it? It's electric. It's a real fortress. And I think Saturday night could be something special, and everybody thinks of that on Saturday.
Yeah, for me personally, the Manchester Arena is like it's got a special place in my heart. I've boxed there many times as a pro, and being a part of Ricky Hatton's Billy Graham stable with Ricky Hatton.
Johnny made a big claim yesterday, didn't you, Johnny, about Manchester Arena? You made a big claim yesterday about Manchester. It's your favourite, isn't it?
Yes, I did. I said Manchester. I prefer Manchester than London.
You just alienated the whole of London, don't worry.
Didn't do me any favours. It's got me barred from London probably for the next 20 years. But I think the atmosphere in Manchester when there's a fight is ridiculous. At the arena, it's second to none. And I've been everywhere. I've seen it even over to the States. But the fans here are so passionate.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweights competing from the AO Arena Saturday
so for
evening
these young guys
live on Sky
what a
Sports.
great opportunity.
Introducing first to the scales, he comes to us from Barnstable, England, by way of Częstochowa, Poland. Here is Kamil Sokolowski.
Kamil Sokolowski coming to the stage. He takes on Big Fraze tomorrow night. 6 rounds at heavyweight. Big Fraze, of course, looking to go 4-0. It was a bit of a frustrating last fight, wasn't it, for Fraser Clarke? He wasn't happy with the matchmaking, and that was understandable, rightly so. His second fight against Bracamonte, he impressed in that one, but his first fight, that wasn't the fight, that wasn't the opponent for Jake Darnell that he really wanted to face. It has been a frustrating start for him. He picked up that injury, but he wants to get some momentum behind
And his opponent,
and also,
fighting out of the red corner.
Does he need to get some rounds under his belt, do you think, Matt?
Ideally, yes. The ideal result here for Fraser Clarke would be knockout 6 rounds. So he gets the 6th round, but he still gets the knockout, and he gets the highlight reel knockout win, hopefully. But he does need to push on now, Fraser. I know he's been through no fault of his own, but he hasn't really had the start he would have liked. There's been injury, there's been bad matchmaking, there's been pullouts. But yeah, he does need to push on now. Hopefully he puts on a performance on Saturday night.
But it's Sokolowski, he faces his toughest test really on paper to date, Johnny.
He is, and that's why. And this is the kind of fight that Fraser wants. Get in there with somebody that's got the experience, knows his way around the ring. Come to there, he's going to make you fight.
Official weight, 19
comes with a reputation of basically being one of the toughest journeymen out there.
That's right. So you either beat him and look bad, or he beats you when you're embarrassed. Fraser Clarke, I must say, from his first professional fight to this stage now, his condition is starting to look better, time after time. I feel for him because he's in a frustration situation, because he wants fights that make a difference. I'm glad he's doing this fight, and then we'll change it a little bit, make the narrative where get an opponent where it's 50-50, he's won half and lost half, then get it to a point where he'll fight unbeaten fighters with a decent record to bring him through. But the next 1 year to 18 months, he's got to make sure he does, as in Fraser, has to make sure he does something to elevate his career as a pro.
What are we going to see from Big Fraze tomorrow night? Do you think he will be looking to make a
Saturday
statement?
night,
what do you think?
Live on
if I was Fraser,
Sky
I'd look to knock
Sports.
him out, because
The veteran versus the rising
That's
star.
what everyone wants to see.
Sokolowski.
He'll get his rounds in the gym, training,
Heavyweights, live
but
from the
knock him out. Get people
AO
talking
Arena.
about you. Get people mentioning you amongst the names of others. That's what Fraser needs to be doing.
Bit of spite there in between these two. I mean, Fraser, nicest guy out of the ring, isn't he? Absolutely top man, gets in the ring and he becomes a different man.
Yeah, I like a lot of boxers. They're nice guys, but they've got to have that bit of killer instinct when they get in there.
Ladies and
They
gentlemen,
need a bit of nastiness.
this next bout is our co-main event of the evening, Saturday night, live on Sky Sports. 12 3-minute rounds for the British Super Lightweight Championship. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner from Birmingham, England. He comes to us with a record of 16 wins with 1 lone defeat. Here is Casey Benjamin.
I'm looking forward to this fight. Dalton Smith, 25-year-old Dalton Smith, making the first defence of his British super lightweight title. Johnny, you're a big fan of Dalton Smith, but in Casey Benjamin, he's taking on a very confident, unbeaten in 13 fighter.
Dalton Smith
Official weight 9 stone, 13 pounds for the challenger, Casey Benjamin.
Well in the weight there.
So Dalton Smith knows exactly the path he wants to be on. He knows that he has to deal with
and his opponent,
Benjamins,
introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 and 1/2 inches tall. He comes to us from Sheffield, England, with an undefeated record of 12 wins, with 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning, defending British super lightweight champion, Dalton Thunder.
There's something, Matt, we always say this, don't we, about the British title that adds an extra spice to the fight.
Yeah, because this is a fight that's been mandated. It's not a hand-picked opponent. That's what happens with the British title. The border control have their reins, and they'll put a mandatory on you. So that forces you to fight someone that maybe the promoter or a matchmaker wouldn't have picked for you.
Official weight 9 stone, 13 pounds. 5 ounces for the champion.
Both inside the 10 stone weight limit.
Very comfortable.
Very comfortably. But I think, this is a good fight. Casey Benjamin, big opportunity for him. He's coming to win. There's not probably loads between them in terms of their professional careers. But I think amateur pedigree-wise, Dalton Smith, a lot more experienced in that regard.
I spent a bit of time on Tuesday in the Mcquigan gym with Adam Azim, and Dalton Smith is a name that keeps getting linked with Adam Azim. There's a hope that the rivalry will build, and that's something like a domestic rivalry that will be built down the line. They're both being young fighters. I mean, that's a fight that I think we all want to see.
So we can start to dream now, because neither of these fights would look like they're going to lose any time soon. And I think it'll be a brilliant fight.
Super lightweight championship, Casey Benjamin versus Dalton
risk
Thunder
within the next 12 months from the Mcquigan team to do this. If they do it, it'll show how much belief and confidence they have in Azim.
Which they do.
Yeah, but this young man here is actually very skilled, and he knows what to do. And they'll be keeping a tight watch on this fight here, because 4 or 5 fights down the line it could happen.
Well, Casey and Dalton are just getting their T-shirts on, and they'll be making their way over to Andy Scott. But just before we get to them for a quick interview, what's this going to come down to, Johnny?
Skills, movement, pedigree. I think Dalton has it all. And we'll see that. We'll see how it goes.
All right, let's hear from both fighters. First with Casey is with Andy Scott.
Casey, a chance that you've had to wait for, a chance that you've come down here and wait for eventually. All eyes were on the scales. How do you feel now you've made that weight?
I feel great. Can't wait to go eat some good food. And, all the hard work's been put in. I just hope, obviously, on the night, the judges and the commentary give me a fair shake. And, I let my hands do the talking.
How confident are you that tomorrow you will be lifting that Lonsdale belt?
I'm confident, otherwise I won't be here, I've come to take the opportunity with both hands.
Best of luck. And champion Dalton Smith. I was looking at your dad. He'll thank me for that. Same question to you. I mean, you worked hard to win that Lonsdale belt. How confident are you that tomorrow night you'll be retaining it?
Same again, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't confident, and I could have took easier options, but I'm confident. I want to fight the best, and I'm going to continue to prove why I'm the number one.
What sort of fight can we expect from the two of you?
We'll see when the first bell goes. I can prove I can adapt. Whether Casey wants to come on the front foot, wants to sit on the back foot, I'm prepared for them all. I'm prepared for any style.
Your final prediction?
That belt there is staying with me.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening, Saturday night live from the AO Arena in Manchester. One of the most anticipated women's contests of the year, 10 2-minute rounds for the WBC, the WBO, the IBF, and the Ring Magazine Super Welterweight Championships of the World. Introducing first, Fighting out of the blue corner on the scales first. She holds a professional record of 18 wins, 1 loss. She comes to us from Quebec, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, Mesdames et Messieurs, here is the reigning, defending IBF super welterweight champion, Marie Dicaire.
So, 2-time IBF super welterweight champion Marie Dicaire. I mean, all week she's been supremely confident, Matt.
Yeah, well, I think she's the bigger girl. You know, she's only had that one solitary defeat to Clarissa Shields.
And her
Actually
opponent,
fought around welter and super welterweight
out of the
her
red
whole
corner,
career, so
she comes to us with a
naturally had this
professional
weight.
record
Oh, no, exactly.
of 12
and
wins,
even though you can put weight on and put, build up
with
to a
8
weight,
of those
you
wins
can't be
coming
being natural
by
at the
way
weight.
of
And
knockout.
she
is
will
the
be
reigning,
physically bigger, physically
defending
stronger.
WBC
She's been,
and
you've been used to getting hit
super
by
welterweight
bigger girls and
champion,
being pushed around by bigger girls. So she's got a physical
Jonas.
advantage in this fight for sure.
But this is Natasha's 3rd fight at the weight, Johnny, so she's equally getting used to being at the weight, and she said yesterday it's been the best camp that she's had. She feels the most strong that she's ever been. She said she's the leanest she's ever been, because obviously she's eating more and burning more fat, but she feels incredibly strong.
Her benefit will be her speed, the speed she's bringing up for the smaller weight. I think weight-wise, she'll be matched. She'll have to navigate herself through the reach, the engine of Dicaire. But I do think it's a tough shout. It's a tough call.
Our main event,
and if
Saturday night
Dicaire's
from
got
the
anything
AO
about
Arena,
her,
presented by Boxer,
Natasha will have
promoted
to
by
fight
Ben
tooth and nail for
Shalom,
every round.
Canada versus
What kind of
England,
problems do you think
Quebec
Dicaire will
versus
pose for
Liverpool,
Tasha?
Dicaire,
She's a bigger version
for the
of
WBC,
Tasha. She's
the
aggressive.
WBO, the
She has the
IBF
natural
and Ring
weight,
Magazine
so she had a
super
good, and she also has a good pace.
championships
So everything you
of
get her
the
with, she's going to
world.
answer you with it twice over. So this is going to be a high tempo fight.
Oh,
I mean, there are smiles there, Matt.
Yeah,
There are not going to be smiles there tomorrow, are there?
No, for sure. But yeah, they're both really good sportswomen, and listen, this is going to be a good fight. Natasha will have to be at the absolute top of her game. She's going to get this win here because she is giving away the physical attributes, but she's got good southpaw skills, very accurate. She hits hard as well.
Confidence, momentum behind her. She's in the arena where she won a world title. She's going to have the crowd behind her. All those factors come into play, don't they?
Massively so. So she's got all those things stacked in her favour, but Dicaire has the physical attributes in her favour. So yeah. But no, this is Natasha's venue, her home venue, where she won the world title. She's got a lot of good, omens coming into it.
All right, well, let's hear it from Tasha now. She's with Andy.
Tasha, what a 12 months it has been for you. The perfect way to cap it off, I'm sure, would be to add another belt to that collection. What do you want to show us tomorrow night? What do you have to do to capture a 3rd belt and unify again?
Just fight smart and stick to the game plan. I know how tough she is, I know how good she is, and I just have to be better. That's the be all and end all.
Should we all stop talking about the weight now? I mean, you're natural at this weight, surely, if you can pick up another belt.
Yeah, no, I think the number 1 and the number 2 in the division says it all. And at the moment, I'm number 2, and that's one place off where I want to be.
One of the narratives in this fight has been size. Do you actually think that this could be one of the fights where the size works in your advantage, that the speed could be on your side?
Yeah, there's lots of things that advantages that I think I've got, but it's all right saying that. We'll see it on Saturday.
Have you made another promise to Mila that be another belt coming home?
I'm always making promises.
Would you give us a final prediction?
No.
Okay. Best of luck. Go well. Marie, good to see you. Same question to you. What do you have to do tomorrow night to add 2 more belts to your collection?
I'm going to answer the same as Natasha, but I think my corner is even a little bit better. So I'm going to listen to my corner. I'm going to stick to the game plan. And I know we've got a good one.
I know you won't give us the game plan, but what sort of fight can we expect?
Can you keep it secret?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Me too.
Okay. Have you got a message for everyone back home? You've been brilliant all week doing everything in English. Have you got a message for everyone back home that's not been able to make the journey?
Yeah, well, pour tous les gens à la maison qui nous écoutent, je sais qu'une partie de vous est avec moi ce soir, puis c'est la petite fille de Saint-Eustache qui a grandi en banlieue, qui a été mise de l'avant, que vous avez supporté, qui est ici au AO Arena en Grande-Bretagne pour l'événement principal d'une carte. Merci à vous tous pour votre support, puis inquiétez-vous pas, on ramène les ceintures à la maison. Can you get that? Can you translate it?
For the non-French speakers in the audience, what would the translation be?
I said, I come from a small suburb, and all through my career, people have been supporting me. The media, the fans, the people from boxing, everybody has been behind me. And it's that little girl from a suburb that comes and do the main event at the AO Arena. And I know that everybody is there. Every part of everybody is going to be there Saturday with me. Thanks for the support. And don't worry, I'm going to bring those belts back home.
We wish you all the best of luck. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
That's just thrown me. I was expecting Matt Macklin to be stood there, and I turned around and it was you. How are you doing?
All right, all good. I'm all good. Excited.
Yeah, you're looking well. We're looking ready to roll.
Yeah, you know what? It's like after the little disappointment of last fight time, I'm just focused. You know, I'm excited to get in there. It's like, you know, when you have the fire in your belly, it's a good feeling. I've got it.
And in Sokolowski, he's a step up for you in class, but it's a test that you're relishing, that you want.
This is boxing, you know, like everyone keeps telling me, you know, this is a fight that probably should have happened first or second fight. But we're here now, and yeah, let's just get on and enjoy the fight.
We all know you've had a bit of a frustrating start to your professional career. What do you want to prove tomorrow night? What do you want to show us?
I just want people to see, like, you know, what I can do, what I'm capable of. I'm not a finished article. I'm not the best fighter on the planet, but I work very hard, and I'm at a good level now, and I'm only just getting better and better.
Can we see you make a statement, do you think, tomorrow night?
I'll win. How I do that, if the opportunity arises, absolutely. But I'm going in there, I'm just going to do what I've been doing in the gym.
What do you want to see from Fraser tomorrow?
I think the stuff we see in the gym, the stuff that he's been working on, he's not really had a chance to show us that because of the level of opponent. So that the noise and the frustration, now hopefully it pays off. I think in this opponent is probably one of the toughest journeymen out there. So you either get embarrassed by him or you do a job on him. And I'm quite sure Angel's going to make sure you do a job on him, so you can practice what you've been working on. He has the skills, that I can understand the frustration of not having the opportunity to actually let everybody see what he can do.
We were talking earlier, you're 31 years old. Are you feeling the pressure to sort of get a wriggle on and move on quite quickly? And if so, are you thinking past this opponent? Are you thinking long term?
No, not really. As much as everyone says it, oh, he's 31, I'm not in a rush because I feel good. I feel better now than I did at 25, 26, and people say, yeah, whatever. But if I was going in with this guy at 26, I wouldn't have had the power to put me away. He might have fiddled his way to a draw, or I might have just nicked it. Now I feel ready and comfortable that I'm a grown man. I'm not going to be getting shoved around by these older guys that are a bit more experienced.
You're not going to listen to these sort of people, are you?
I'm mature, do you know what I mean? Like, people talk about age. No,
age is just a number, Fraser.
I feel great, you know. Look at Joe Joyce. He's a machine. Yeah, he's still going. He's killing it. I feel like I'm coming into the best years of my life now. I'm in my prime. I'm ready to go.
That's what they say about heavyweights, though. They come into their own about mid-30s. That's what they do say, and that's why you're growing into who you are as a puncher, as a fully fledged man as well.
Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Best of luck.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you.
You can go now. You're not Matt Macklin. In comes Matt Macklin. That very much threw me there. I wasn't expecting Big Fraser at all. Looking forward to seeing Big Fraser tomorrow night.
Sorry?
Very much looking forward to seeing Big Fraser in action. He's as cool as you like, taking it on his stride.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, he's really proved his punditry abilities.
He's after your job.
That's why, exactly. He's a very great talker, very honest, breaks it down well. And you know, he has been impressive when we've seen him in the ring. It's not been his fault that the opponents haven't really been able to give him a test. And obviously the injury as well. It's just been a bit of bad luck. But hopefully that's behind him now. I expect him to put on a really good performance tomorrow night. And then really it's important then, you know, injury permitting, that he really does push on and get and it's up to boxer as well, by the way. They've got to pay the opponents to fight him. They've got to make the matches because he has got to push on.
Well, yeah, when we speak to him, he says he's not in a hurry. He said it's basically all of us saying he needs to get a wriggle on, but he doesn't feel like he needs to. He feels right in his prime.
Yeah, but the years go quick. You only need an injury, you're out for 6 months. You get forgotten about. He's experienced, he's mature, but now he's got to make that transition into the pro game, which I think he's going to do quickly because he's got that style. But he just needs the fights now. He's got all the ingredients. He's just got to put it together and get the opponents in there to fight him. So he's someone that should move quickly.
Well, before we go, just a final word on our headline event. After seeing what we saw on the scales today, how both fighters look, what do you think?
Raised an eyebrow for us all to see the actual
size difference.
And it still looks like Dicaire is actually two weights heavier than her. Again, I think this is going to be a massive plus for her. I think Natasha's going to have it all to do. She's got to depend on her pace and her speed. Think smaller, but fight bigger. Use pace, use speed, and that way don't try and fight fire with fire because you're going to come off on the short end with that one.
Matt, how are you seeing it?
Yeah, I mean, this could well be the toughest fight in Natasha Jonas' career. I know she had that great fight with Katie Taylor and the close one.
And Terry Harper.
Terry Harper, which, most of us thought she was unlucky not to get the nod in that. But, she's given away a lot of physical attributes here. It is her home arena. It's where she won the world title, so she'll be confident. She'll have the support, all of those things. But she's given a lot away here in terms of physicality.
Prediction?
Tough one, but I think if she can use her brain, stick to the game plan. Don't get involved physically, but in and out with her feet. Then maybe she can scrape home.
I did that little smile because I looked at him and he doesn't want to give me a prediction. He was just going, no, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
I can't hear you.
That old chestnut. All right, I'll let you off the hook just this time. That's it from us. Stay with us, though, later on this afternoon. The Hatton Moreira weigh-in is going to be taking place, so join us for that. But as for us and this undercard and Natasha Jonas and Dicaire, the talking is done. It is all eyes on Fight Night, which takes place tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports Arena. We shall see you then.